Hey, what's up guys? It's Eclihpse here, and today we're going to be going over the 5 best guns in Call of Duty Mobile. Now this video is just my opinion, but I would like to think that my favorite guns just so happen to be the best guns. So with that being said, your favorite gun may be slightly different than mine, so if you can just leave a comment down below right now letting me know what your favorite weapon is, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, one more thing before we get started, if you agree with my list in any way, leave a like down below. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to turn on post notifications. I've been posting several Call of Duty videos every week. I have killer content, so if you enjoy videos like this, you're definitely going to enjoy the other videos I post. So with that being said, let's get started. Coming into the number 5 spot, here we have the ASM-10. Now this just so happens to be my favorite gun in the entire game. So you may be asking yourself, Eclihpse, why the hell is this gun coming in at number 5? Well, there are a few reasons. The first one is that without the season pass, you unlock this thing at rank 130 or something crazy high, and I'm only rank 80 in game and I still don't have this officially unlocked. I got lucky and got it from a crate, but I know a lot of people out there may not have access to this weapon. But the ASM-10 is a super high damage, low recoil assault rifle. It can literally laser people across the map. Like if you see somebody super far range, you can zoom in, hold down the trigger, go full auto, and just melt their faces off. In the background gameplay, I believe I'm playing on Kill House, so it is a relatively small map, and the gun is still just melting everyone. So close range, long range, it really doesn't matter. The ASM-10 is super overpowered. For the attachments, I believe I'm running red dot, foregrip, and the fast mag, but for all of the weapons in this game, I definitely recommend you stick with the red dot and the foregrip, and then for the other 2 attachments, I would just throw on whatever you personally like. So that is all for the number 5 spot. The ASM-10, super good weapon. Once you unlock it, I definitely recommend you check it out. So moving on over to the number 4 spot, here we have the DL-Q33 sniper rifle, and I believe that this is the best sniper in COD Mobile because no matter where you shoot the enemy, it is nearly a guaranteed one-shot kill every single time. Now if your accuracy isn't the greatest, or maybe you miss a lot of shots using a sniper rifle, then I would suggest you use the Arctic 50 because the Arctic 50 has a faster fire rate, so you can spam more shots. And when it comes to the DL-Q33, this sniper has a slower fire rate, but in return it has a higher damage, which is gonna guarantee you that one-shot kill. And in this background gameplay, I am just sniping everyone. There's some hard scopes, a lot of quick scopes, and I ended up actually getting a nuke. I shot so many people that my sniper rifle ran out of ammo. And if there's one tip I have when using any sniper in COD Mobile, it is to use the scope attachment. It literally makes it easy mode. Like this little scope, ACOG scope, whatever you want to call it, it is a game changer. And if you're not a good sniper yet, throw on the scope and I can guarantee you it's definitely going to help you out. I do want to say one more thing. There were some leaks for a new sniper rifle coming out in the next update. So when the Locust is here in the game, I have a feeling that the Locust may become the new best sniper, but for now it is the DL-Q33. Moving on to the number 3 spot, here we have the LK24 assault rifle, and this is a pretty strange pick because it's definitely not a popular weapon, but let me just explain myself. I would like to think that this weapon is the underdog. So it's a relatively mid-tier assault rifle, and what I mean by that is it doesn't have a crazy fast fire rate, but it's not super low either. And when it comes to the damage, it doesn't have a crazy amount of damage, but it's not like this gun doesn't do any damage at all. It's pretty much just all around a moderate weapon. The fire rate's decent, the damage is decent, the recoil is very easy to control. So with all of that being said, you can choose to play fast with this weapon or play slow. It's going to be good on mostly every map because of how versatile this weapon is. And I know this weapon isn't super popular and I feel like it gets looked past a lot. So if you haven't tested out the LK24 yet, be sure to hop into a game with it and give it a shot, because I can guarantee you it will not disappoint. Moving on to number 2, here we have the AKS-74U submachine gun, and this is my favorite SMG in the entire game. It is super easy to control, like there's barely any recoil on this thing at all. With light machine guns, they're mostly effective at close range, but with the AKS-74U, you can use this weapon at medium range. If an enemy's super far away, you can shoot the weapon in burst and still take them out. This submachine gun sometimes feels like an assault rifle because of how good it truly is. When it comes to the fire rate and damage, I would just say it's average. The fire rate isn't too crazy, and since the weapon is really easy to control, you can deal heaps of damage to the enemy in just a short amount of time. Since the weapon is a submachine gun, there's a lot of mobility, meaning that you can move around the map very quickly, and if you're using lightweight in the perk 1 slot, you are just going to be moving so damn fast that the enemy won't be able to shoot you. With this weapon, you can play very aggressive, and it is best played on those close to medium range maps, but don't worry, because as I stated, if the enemy is far away, it shouldn't be a problem to win that gunfight at all. So if you're trying to use a good submachine gun, definitely check out the AKS-74U. Now, before we do move on to the number 1 spot, I do want to throw in an honorable mention for the MSMC. So a lot of people like this submachine gun, but I don't personally like it at all. I know the community likes it, so I'm throwing it in here. But for me, it just isn't for me. The weapon has such a fast fire rate that it makes the recoil literally insane. So I would say that the MSMC has one of the fastest time to kills in the entire game, but since the weapon is so hard to control, I can't really use this in any gunfights unless the enemy is right next to me. And I found that when I'm using this weapon, I run out of ammo insanely fast, and that kind of forces me to use Scavenger for perk 2 instead of toughness. With that being said, let's move on to the number 1 spot, and I have 2 assault rifles occupying this spot, and that is the Type 25 and the AK-117. Both of these assault rifles are super amazing. They are literally like lasers. You just melt the faces of your enemy off, and they are super good, and if you haven't used either of them yet, you better get on it because you are missing out. So going over the Type 25 first, this has one of the fastest fire rates for an assault rifle in the game, and since it has a faster fire rate, it's also going to have more recoil, but with the faster fire rate, that's also going to give you a faster time to kill. When it comes to the AK-117, this still has a pretty good fire rate, nowhere near as fast as the Type 25, and since the fire rate is a bit lower, you have less recoil, and in my opinion, the AK-117 is definitely easier to control. And when it comes to both of these, honestly, they both just shred. I know I said the Type 25 kills really fast, so does the AK. For me personally, I would prefer the AK-117 over the Type 25, and the reason for that is because the AK is easier to use, especially on those longer range maps. Since the fire rate isn't as obnoxious as the Type 25, I feel like the AK gives me more overall success, but if you're somebody who can control recoil, then the Type 25 would probably be the better pick for you. In a way, the Type 25 feels like a submachine gun because of how fast it shoots. So if I'm on a smaller, like small to medium range map, maybe like Nuketown or Kill House, I may roll up with the Type 25 and shred everyone, but then if I go to a map with longer range like Standoff or Raid, I may switch to the AK-117 because it's a bit easier to control at a range. But honestly, you can use either of these assault rifles on any map and you will do perfectly fine. So those were the final weapons for today's video. If you haven't left a comment yet, let me know what your favorite weapon is down in my comment section below. Also, if you made it this far, you clearly enjoyed the video, so leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and remember to turn on notifications to never miss an upload. Since you enjoyed this video, you'll definitely enjoy all of my other content. So guys, this has been Eclihpse. Thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you next time.